If you live here in the Coachella Valley, you might have had to call an AC company, especially during the summer months. With me today is Patrick Summers, the General Manager for the General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. And he's going to talk about how those calls are answered because, hey, you might be curious. Hi, Patrick.
How are you?
Great, how are you?
Fantastic,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having us here at your beautiful location.
Glad to have you.
Tell me about what's going on behind me. It looks like NASA. There's a lot of computers, a lot of displays.
Yeah, this is our command center. This is mission control. This we refer to as our contact center, the part directly behind me. And off to our left is a bunch of other people that kind of make things happen to take care of our clients out there when the weather hits or they have other needs for us, such as plumbing.
What's the difference between a contact center, which is what you have,
Yes.
and a call center?
Well, it's really the terminology, and it stems from call centers are what you traditionally hear. The verbiage is moving to contact center because this day and age, and especially in our setup, we're able to take phone calls, we take emails, we do outbound calls, and we also do chat. Through the email and everything. So now it's just not phones. We have contact with our clients through several different avenues in this center.
Are you 7 days a week?
We are 7 days a week. We are here staffed 7 days a week from 7 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night.
What happens if a customer calls after those hours?
After those hours, the phones at 11 o'clock roll over to a answering service in Palm Springs. So between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m., a live person is answering, just like most air conditioning companies have in the desert, in the local valley, and then they're paging out the technician and the technician supervisor.
So even though you're only here at this contact center until 11 p.m., it's still 24/7. Your
Correct.
system itself.
Correct. We provide service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our normal business hours, operating hours, are 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. So that means that's normal operating hours. We don't close at 5. We don't close at 6. You call us, it's normal hours for us. We have technicians that are starting at staggered shifts throughout the day so we can serve everybody.
That's impressive because if a client has an emergency at, let's say, 9 o'clock at night, a lot of other places might not be there, like you said, and then it's reassuring to know that the general's here until 11, and then after hours we still have an option as well.
Yeah, and we started with it because we looked at, it's kind of like a 911 center, and by no means do we get the level of calls that they get or the severity of the calls, but people are at work during the day, they're out doing things, they come home, and it's in the evening hours and at night when they find out that they have a problem.
Yeah, because they're gone all day,
Yeah.
and then the only people are the animals or the pets that actually know what's going on, probably because they're the ones at home.
Correct, and considering ourselves a service company, if we're going to serve the client, we got to be available when they need us, not when it's most convenient for us.
Yeah, and as far as implementing this contact center itself, did you always have this?
No, we used to do what a lot of companies do, and that is the phone rings, you pick up the phone. If you've noticed since you've been here, the phones haven't rang, and if they do ring, it's a private line, a landline.
It's nice. It's nice not having to hear the ringing for filming purposes. So I can imagine working here. That's great.
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
And quiet.
So this is only in our second year.
Oh, okay, so pretty new.
Yeah, yeah.
How was the adjustment phase when you first started with this?
Crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
It was really crazy. It was going from hearing a phone ring to a computer telling you in the ear that it's happening and being able to look at visuals to know what's happening. It really was an adjustment period.
Now, can you remote calls? Is it wireless? Is it?
Yeah, this is cloud-based. So the great thing is if we have, let's say it's a crazy day like it was when it was 122 and we got a record number of calls.
Day.
We can call people that are home and say, hey, would you mind helping us out? You don't have to come in, but could you just log into our phone system? And from home, they can log in and do their job from home to help with the extra call flow. Yes.
Because even if you're not here physically in person, you can still help out. It's
Yeah.
a team effort
Yes,
all around.
exactly.
Tell me about the line queues, how the actual phone system works when you're receiving calls.
Well, the caller calls in and it's one level. You're going to have to select 1 for service, 2 for sales, that type of thing. But that's it. Then you go into the queue and the agent picks you up and you're going to get the agent that can best handle you. And then when in the olden days, I call it, the pastime, we would put people
The old days.
we would put people on hold, and they'd be on hold and they'd have no idea what's going on. Now what happens is they go into the queue, and after a minute they get the opportunity to hang up, and the system will automatically call them back. They don't lose their place
I
in
love
line.
that. So you can just take a rain check for later and someone will call you.
Yeah, correct.
Great. Well, if you'd like to learn more about the General, you can visit their office in Thousand Palms, give them a call, or check them out online. I'd like to thank Patrick for having us here today. We'll be back with more desert living in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.